Well, morning all. It's double back again. Today I'm going to introduce you to one of my other gadgets, and as you can probably guess, it's a cycling video. One of my gadgets is a Eovolt Afternoon folding electric bike. The reason I purchased this was when we go away in the camper or just sort of car camping or whatever, and we don't want to unhitch the drive away awnings. It's a handy little tool just to nip down to the shops. So I bought it 2 years ago. I won't say it's had masses of use, but when it has been used, I found it to be a very, very handy little e-bike. It's not the most powerful bike out there. It is only 250 watts. Yeah, as I say, it is only 250 watts, but it's more than adequate to carry me up some of the steeper hills around me, and I live on the edge of the Peak District, so when I say hills, I mean hills. One of the hills going into our village is reportedly one of the steepest hills in England. I couldn't tell you the exact gradient of it, but it's a steep hill. As you can probably guess, at the moment I'm riding a few trails on the way up to the field to do a few jobs, and when we get up to the field, I'll do a bit of a walk round review of the bike with you. Right, so this is the walk round part of the video. I'll give you a few technical specs on the bike before we get into the nitty-gritty of the controls. So the battery, which is contained in the seat post, is a 504 watt hour 36 volt unit, which controls the rear hub motor, which is 250 watts. The power is controlled by a cadence sensor on the front sprocket, so whenever you're turning the pedals, you're getting the full 250 watts. The bike has front suspension, which has a lockout feature and adjustable damping, and a front headlight that is powered by the battery. The gears are Shimano Tourney 7-speed, which are controlled by your basic Shimano trigger shifter setup on the handlebars. The actual motor controller is an LCD screen with the standard up and down functions, and the center button turns the power unit on and off. The handy thing about this unit is it does have a USB takeoff, so with a USB lead and a phone mount like I've got, you can actually recharge your phone or keep your phone powered on the go. So if you're using navigation or something like that, you're getting constant power to your phone. Now, height wise, the bike is suitable for people around the sort of 5'2" right up to 6'2". I'm 6'2", and that's the bike as I ride it, and I find that more than comfortable. My partner, who's about 5'3", lower down the seats using this lever here, which does lock. You need the key to unlock that to release that handle, which will then allow you to move the seat up and down or totally remove the battery for security. And here is where you adjust the handlebars up and down. There are gauges on the posts, so when you know what height you prefer it at, you can go back to it easily. In terms of the rear light unfortunately is a battery powered unit located under the seat there. It would have been much better if that was powered from the main battery, but it's not. That's an aftermarket seat I've fitted, just sprung one just for a little bit of extra comfort. So we'll move on to folding the bike, shall we? Right, it's just starting to rain, so we'll very quickly go through how you fold up an Eovolt Afternoon folding bicycle. pretty straightforward, pretty much the same as every folding bike out there. The first thing I do is fold in the pedals. Then I break the frame lever by lifting the safety catch and just pull the lever away from the frame. Put the stand up and then fold the bike in half. And then move the safety catch off the handlebar lever, do that, and then that will just fold down out of the way. You can undo the seat post and lower the seat down to form part of the frame, and there is a little magnet catch on the back wheel that holds everything together and in place. As you can see, once it's folded, it's plenty small enough to fit into the boot of most family cars. Putting it back up is the reverse of everything you've just done, so just fold up the handlebars, lock that back in place, unfold the frame, lock that back, pedals back out, stand down, and you're ready to go. Hope that's been useful. Yeah, these are the sort of trails I find it's more than capable of riding. I have ridden rougher stuff than this, but this sort of trail, yeah, it's so easy on this bike. I mean, I'm only in power level 3, hardly putting any effort in, and I'm going more than fast enough on this trail. Yeah, so I don't know if the camera will do this justice, but we are going up. It's quite a busy main A road near us, and it's reasonably steep, but I put it in power level 5, and I'm cruising up here at 15 mile an hour. Hardly any effort, if any effort at all, going through my legs. It makes it so much easier than my ordinary bicycles. Yeah, so here we've got a nice bit of narrow country lane, slightly uphill, nothing too serious. Again, power mode 5. I am in top gear on the out of the 7 gears. I am having to come down just a couple of gears just to make it so it's effortless. And I'm still creeping along at 10 mile an hour. No effort whatsoever going through my legs. The suspension at the front is soaking up all the little bumps, and the saddle is nice and comfy. One thing I would like to mention about when you're riding this bike on trails is it comes as standard with the Schwabe Marathon puncture resistant tyres, and so far in all the time I've owned it, I have yet to have a puncture. You know, that's cursed me now, but I will say they've been very good tyres. They give plenty of grip in the wet. Not so great in deep mud, but okay if it's not too muddy. They are quite wide tyres, and they do help to cushion along with the suspension. So we're just on his way back from the field now, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to give my final thoughts on the Eovolt Afternoon. I'd like to just say it is a fully UK legal compliant e-bike, and as such it's never going to be the most powerful out there, but all in all it does everything you would want a small folding e-bike to do. The brakes are great. The brakes are hydraulic disc, which is way more powerful than you need on a bike of this size. The motor is great. The range, I've done in excess of 30 mile on it and still had a bit of juice left in the battery, so I would quite happily say you'd see about 40 real world. I think the brochure says something in excess of 50, but I wouldn't like to take that as gospel. You can pedal this when the battery's flat, but it's not the easiest bike out there to do that with, and you won't be moving along at any great licks. In terms of comfort, I find it a very upright riding position, very comfortable. Everything's where I would like it to be. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I think I would. To the point where I'm actually tempted to get two. So myself and my partner could do pleasure rides together. The only problem with that being we've got three rather boisterous dogs, and I would hate to try and shepherd them around while we're both on push bikes. Anyway, I hope this has been useful to some of you guys out there. If it has, please like and or subscribe, and remember, keep on dabbling.